we'll check out this one. All right. So, come on, YouTube, you can do it there. For the last game we're going to be checking out today for the Farming Fest, which for those who are hanging out after this game, we'll be playing RimWorld. But for the last game we're going to be checking out with Farming Fest, it's going to be Farm Manager World. This is a farming tycoon style game. Have I checked out Manor Lords? Yeah. I checked out Manor Lords. A lot of people are really enjoying Manor Lords and having a good time. For me with Manor Lords, it's got a lot of really good stuff going. But I kind of want to wait till it's more done, because the systems I was most interested in are like the policies and all that, and those aren't in yet. So I didn't get as far as a lot of people. There is a lot there, though. There's a lot of people getting a lot of mileage out of it because it's got good stuff. Anyways, before we get too far, we're going to be checking out Farming Manager World. This is not a demo. This is the full game. They did give me a key for it and all that. It did come out about a day or so ago. We're going to do a quick check for accessibility settings, because that's what things I like to cover. The absence of accessibility settings isn't necessarily a problem. So we've got, some basic stuff just there. We got volume, gameplay. You can turn on and off edge scrolling, which I really appreciate, because that could be a motion sickness problem. Autofocus is probably what a lot of people refer to as smooth cam partially there, like where the camera auto moves around. So turning that off could be good for motion sickness. We've got alerts and all that kind of stuff. Being able to change our controls. So we got some basic stuff. But let's go ahead and check it out. The idea behind this game is it is a tycoon style game. Okay, so basically we start in Europe and we can unlock other places. Looks like early access. Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's not version 1. So yeah, so it's released in early access. Thank you for making sure you got those details right. Are you going? Okay. And this isn't like the original game in its series. There's been a bunch of these games over the years. There's been like looking back at, there was, like a Farming Manager 2019, 2021, 2022 or whatever. So it's been a series for a while. I've not played any of the previous entries. But we'll give this one a go. One moment. Sorry about that. A new beginning. Here's your assistant. All right, one moment. Hey, it's your assistant, Tom. On the screen, you can see the land you can buy to start a farm. Would you like to take a closer look? Sure. Look around the area. Move your keyboard with WASD. Which it is, respecting the fact that I am using Dvorak. So even though I haven't remapped my keys to QWERTY, it is using the key placement, not the actual letter of the key, which is a good thing, because that means if you're using ASCII, QWERTY, Workman, it won't matter. Look around the edges, move the cursor. I see. To rotate the camera, hold the middle mouse button or hit Q and E. See if the back walls of the house has holes in it. No. No holes. Get a closer look to see if there's mold. You can zoom in by using the plus and minus. No mold. It's a good idea to take pictures before accepting a deal. I'm not doing that. F12 isn't even this game's screenshot key. That's Steam's screenshot key. I don't need a screenshot of that. It looks good. I'm impressed. The price is 500,000. I don't know what that symbol is. It's not the euro symbol. It looks like an F. Okay. Can you afford that? You can see your account on the highlighted area. Is that like its own in-game currency, like farm coins or something like that? Farm bucks? Yeah, it's like... What makes me curious... Oh, that's my income, that's my bank. So I have $1 million just in the bank. And then I have an income of 0. Fair enough. I can. With land like this, you can conquer the European market. Are you in? Yes. Welcome to your new property. Okay, it did take the 500,000, but it was just like no like cha-ching or any feedback whatsoever. It's just like, oh, the money's just gone, I guess. Welcome to your new property. Let me explain how to farm. Here's your tools. Get out there. How to farm. And if you need to know more, you can look at the help center under the question mark icon. Under the settings, under the gear, use them to save the game. Go to the menu to change game preferences. Click on the notebook to check your tasks. Click on the create field icon to click and drag your mouse to create a field in the selected area. Note that on the right, you will see the field size, cost, and number of workers needed. Click on the create... Oh, it's down here. Alright. So you want me to make a field right there. You received a warning. There is no road connected to the field. Click on the exclamation mark to see the list of warnings. No road connection. All fields and buildings must be connected to the main road. Click to create a road icon. Alright, fair enough. So basically, I can put down a gravel road or a paved road, and the paved road will speed up vehicles by that, but cost twice as much. Well, you're not talking a lot of money. If you ever want to get rid of unnecessary buildings or fields, you can demolish them using the bulldozer tool. Okay. For your first field, it's good to pick a plant that benefits from the local climate. Click on the weather icon for the range of temperatures throughout the year. Okay. It's time to choose your first crop of the field. Alright, sorry about that. Click on the field with the question marks to open up the crops. Pick gooseberry. It will grow quickly to temperate climate, bringing you profits faster. Gooseberry. I have no idea what a gooseberry is. To cultivate the field, you need workers. Click on the build icon at the bottom of the bar and select the social building category. Choose a house for the seasonal employees to place it on the marked spot with the door towards the road. You can rotate the building with the R button. Okay. Seasonal employees. All right. Okay, so there is the building time. It doesn't seem like it's terrible, but it's definitely there. You can fast forward a little bit. No electricity to the building. Buildings must be connected to the power grid. Select Create Road or Power Grid icon up at the bottom and choose the electric transformer and place it near the building. And run the electric line from that to the poles in the main road. Okay, once we had built this. Okay, hire workers in the house for seasonal employees to work in the field. Set the period of employment from April 1st to October 30th. Increase the salary a bit to find workers faster. Set the maximum number of workers to 5. That's enough to start with. So maximum number of workers, you want that to be 5. And you want April 1st to October 30th. Okay. All right. To send workers to the gooseberry field, click on the field in the work mode section to turn off machine work and turn on manual work. Excellent. Where is... There we go. Get to work. Well done. Plowing the field is bound to take a while. To shorten your wait, use the buttons on the bottom right to increase the game speed. Alright. It's warning me that I need to assign staff to my own home. There's that. Yeah, so the assumption I would assume here is that what'll end up happening is, like, as you go, you'll get tractors and all that that'll make all this faster. But then the idea is to continue to escalate and all that. Alright, the field has been plowed. Now create a second field yourself. This time, a larger one fit for 5 workers. Choose a crop you want to grow. The crop must contain an estimated yield or harvest yields preferred to help you make a good choice. Turn off machine mode. Okay, so basically it's like all that stuff we just showed you. Do that again. Alright, so do this. And go for a much bigger one. Pause the game for a moment. And if we look at our weather stuff, it says it'll be 41 to 55. Trying to see here. So it's 41 to 55 right now. I'm assuming, yeah, so these are the months. So it's 41 to 55 right now. The warmest we ever get is 86. So we definitely don't want it to be anything that can't handle over 86, but cannot go under 6. All right. Because let's look at what they had for the gooseberries that they recommended. Yeah, so gooseberries were 29 to 86. So we need to find something tolerant of going... Oh, I got a bunch of symbols down here. So they all have properties about, like, what they're resistance to. Okay. Lupine works as well. Oats. We can do oats. Alright. We are waiting to harvest from the field. This is a good time to learn about the details of the field window. Set manual, do this, hit play. The details of the field window. You want me to fill you in? I'm listening. Let's see. Click on the field to open the field window. Hover the cursor over the image and plant to see the conditions it needs. Below, see the growth. Alright. And the maximum number of workers, 2. Let's see, in the work mode selection, you can automate manual or machine work to send workers to the field. This button will allow you to equip the field with an irrigation system so you don't have to water it. The button will be available once you go through the irrigation system training and you build a pump next to the field. If you use pesticides, you can reduce the risk of your field of being infested by pests. If you skip spraying, you can save time and money. Let's see. Here you can choose the fertilizer, artificial or natural, you will use in the field. Here we'll show the crop rotation. Growing different crops in rotation will increase the yields. Note that most plants deplete the soil of nitrogen, but some replenish it. By alternating between one and the other, you can keep soil in good condition. Field conditions, I can't see it because your window's covering it. Field condition will deteriorate if a plant is grown in a suboptimal environment. The poorer the field health, the lower the yield. If the field health dips very low, the plants may die. The The current humidity of your field is listed here. If you click on the humidity bar, you can change the desired humidity of the field to reach after watering. You have the option to trigger immediate watering outside of schedule. Below you'll find a summary of the factors that affects yields. 100% is the highest yield possible. This can be difficult to achieve. After all, you have no control over weather, for example, but is worth striving for. Finally, here is a list of jobs that your workers can do in the field. If you haven't enabled automatic work, you can click here to assign workers to it. Your crops are growing. Build a warehouse for the workers to store the harvest. They will take what they harvest to the nearest warehouse for the appropriate type. Make sure your buildings have road connections and are within range. Okay. You don't seem to be working, though. I've got that assigned. Do I need more workers? Let's make it 7, so that way it's 2 and then 5. In the meantime, let's go ahead and build that warehouse. You know, what is... I wish I could move this, because it's kind of covering stuff up and I cannot get there. So it's not growing because it needs 7 workers. So let's go here and bump up our total number of workers. And we have all that. You've already turned it on to allow automatic manual work. Okay, so we finally got more staff members. That's what I was waiting as. We hadn't managed to get people to actually accept the wages we were offering. Sorry, soon you'll start selling your products. The products for sale and the products you buy go in the farm owner's house. Click on it. The farm owner's house does not have products for sale yet. It's no wonder. The building will only work if you assign a permanent employee to it. Build a house for permanent employees near the house for its seasonal employees, and make sure it's connected to the road within range and in range of the transformer. I understand. Permanent employee. Right, so I've got temporary employees, I've got permanent employees, I've got multiple fields to work and all that. We are spending our money very rapidly, which isn't super surprising. We have apparently purchased fertilizer. Yeah, so it definitely feels like we're going to need to buy tractors fairly early on, because every time I do something, it's like, you need tractors. Click on the house for the permanent employees, and click Hire window in the upper right corner. You'll see a staff manager view. Select a worker, and disable their permits for manual work. Okay, hire a worker. Okay, you're telling me to just get this person. Disable their allow manual work. Let's see, disable their permits for manual work, machine work. So we're disabling all of their other stuff so that they are forced to work at the house. That's a weird way of doing that. Can't I just assign the staff here? Let's try that again. Did I misread what I was doing? Where are my employees lists? Permanent employee. I want to get to my employee. There we go. You. select the worker. Let's do that again. Like the thing I'm finding tricky is like actually getting to the workers. So there's you. So we've disabled all those. So they should stop working on that field in a moment, which might be the issue. Is they might already be doing a task or whatever you want to say, and then I've got to wait for them to finish their task, and after their task, then I can go ahead and set that. Hey, Leafy Pew, how's it going? Been a while since I've seen anyone play Farming Manager World, but thank you so much for the 5 stream streak. I really do appreciate that, and I do hope you enjoy extra 450 points. Yeah, so it actually released just like yesterday or something like that, like the actual release. I know they have had previous versions like Farming Manager like 2000 whatever, so I'm assuming we just gotta wait for this person to finish doing that task, and then I'll be able to assign them to the house. Man, that was my first time playing one of these games, so we're gonna check it out, see what it's like. Okay, so now I should be able to potentially go to the house and assign staff. There's no staff currently available. I don't understand. Alright, she's at the house. Okay. So she needs to be like in her house with nothing to do to be assigned. I understand. Soon you'll be able to sell crops and make a profit. Note that prices fluctuate all the time, and especially high fluctuations are displayed in the bottom bar. So you can wait for a good opportunity, but don't wait too long, or the products will spoil. Employees will be happier and therefore more productive if they live close to where they work. When you create new buildings, pay attention to the outline of the employees' houses. If it's red, that means the new building is too far for worker comfort. When the work in the field is done, you still need to pay your workers, so make sure to always have something to do. Build greenhouses and click on it. Okay, build greenhouses. All right. Oh, build a greenhouse? It's fine. We can have extra. What is this game? This is a Farming Manager World. So instead of like Farming Simulator where you get down in there and you do the fields yourself and all that, this one is more like Farming Tycoon kind of thing. Let's see. Also, greenhouse crop. Choose guava. It takes a long time to mature. Are these alphabetical, please? Guava. Let's see. It takes a long time to mature, but yields a rich harvest. Greenhouses have first-class soils. Set the temperature of the greenhouse for the guavas. Preferred 25 degrees Celsius, so 77 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a good start. You already know the basics for growing plants. Before you start a new investment, it's a good time to check your finances. You can do this by clicking on that. So you can see the profit loss balance for the last day, week, month by clicking on the bar on the bottom of the screen for the account balance. Choose monthly income. Let's see. It's a good idea to increase the income of your farm. Animal farming can help do this because it brings large, steady profits. Would you like to start laying hens or carp? Carp. Let's do fish. Meanwhile, before I forget, here. We'll have a greenhouse. We'll have it make agave. And then agave is between 55 and 95. Put up to like the mid 70s as well. Sure. Have a good time. And you have 2 employees there, 2 employees there. All right, that's fine. So to build a fish farm, as well as a silo for storing fodder, try to keep the buildings close to each other. Close the warehouse and the barn to speed up transportation of products. Okay. There's a small coop, a silo, and a fish farm. I have no idea what's considered the connection point on this thing. I'm gonna assume it goes this way. Okay, so I need that and a silo. Alright, later on we'll get more stuff down that way. Alright, so we are going to build a fish farm. And I'm assuming this will then give me the options of what to keep in there. And do all that. Alright. Yeah, now as the reason, like, do you want chicken or fish? Like, man, none of the games let you fish farm. We're going for the fish farm. Hire an employee to take care of the animals. Click on the house for permanent employees and click hire. Each permanent employee is skilled in one specific task. Click on animals skill and find an employee who is particularly helpful with animal husbandry. If there are no such workers, you need to wait a little while to see the list available. Okay, so we can go here, hire animals. So you're good at bees. All right, Matthew, you're hired. Click on the fish farm and assign the new employee. They're working on something else already, so I can't do that. So, for right now, I'm going to unassign all your things. I'm going to let you get back to your house. I'm going to assign you to the fish farm, and then I'm going to reassign your stuff. Stop working on the greenhouse. Yes, they're going out and they're spraying the crops and all that. We'll definitely need to also go over here to these and set up a crop rotation at some point. Like it told us about it, we just need to look into what does and doesn't take nitrogen. Friend, I need you to stop. I need you to go home and go to bed so I can assign you to the fish farm. I think in the future when we do that, I will pause the game, hire the person, then assign them. So I don't run into this awkward situation where I have to wait for them to finish their task. They're literally going to plant the entire greenhouse before they stop. So I'm assuming all of those was just basically me paying the upkeep for all the buildings. Okay. I wonder if we get a bunch of more property. I assume later on we will be able to do that. Like, I'll be able to prop... Yeah, no, as far as this is letting me zoom this camera, there would be no reason for that unless we can expand this area. Because otherwise it'd fill it up very quickly. That said, I've had a couple games of this like style genre where they're extremely restrictive on where you could go. Okay. So you're sleeping at home now. You're assigned here. Alright, so it's bring time back down. You can now do all the work again. So we've assigned the new employee there. So they can bring fish food to carry to be harvested carp. By 25 young carp, they're cheaper and grow faster than 25 adult carp. Where do I buy the carp? Okay, buy here. Carp. I will get 25 young carp. No food type selected. I don't know what I should be feeding them. It looks like grains are what they want. I actually am growing grains here, but they're not going to be right for a while. I don't... It's interesting that it's not telling me to get food for them. So I'm assuming the silo. I need to just get them stuff. Yep, getting the fish heads for the mod team. We'll go with oats. Expiration expires between whatever. I don't understand. Like, it's telling me I need to... Honestly, you can eat whatever you like. Whatever you like to eat, I don't care. But I don't have any stuff. It's also not telling me to buy food, and I'm not really sure where we do that. Machines, buy more land, assign staff. That is the problem I'm running into right now, is... Okay, so let's take this down to just the oats. Never mind. Here, you can eat wheat. Where do I buy food? I'm just gonna fast forward and see what happens. So they can bring food. The fish can carry harvested carp to the warehouse. I assume the fish are gonna die from starvation. Starving animals. Okay. Game, listen. I want to solve this problem, but you've definitely just not giving me instructions on what the heck to do. So we have a market. Okay. Progress. Where is one of the things we know are on the list? Corn. Okay, so I believe I bought corn. So let's see if that'll arrive now and we feed our fish, or if our fish just die and we'll just have to wait till we get more stuff. Oh, here we go. There's the delivery truck showing up right now. Okay. So they definitely have in their tutorial, they just don't give you the information to, know how to deal with this. Like, not that it's an impossible thing to figure out, but when you're, like, walking through, it's like, hey, go buy this, go do that. And then you're like, but, alright, so we've got 100 corn in there. They've got that marked. I don't know what's happening right now. So they're available. I've got it marked to feed the animals. And this just lets me set expiration dates to it. Do I need to assign it to the silo to make it available? Still says they're starving. So I don't really know what to do about that. Okay, they're being fed now. Alright. So we'll let that run for a minute, till we get our first harvests out and all that. Because we're currently growing oats and gooseberries. And I'm trying to avoid the temptation to just slap down another field, because I don't know what other expenses we have, and we are burning through our money fast. We start with $1 million, and we're down to about $1/3 of $1 million. So we've already burned through 2/3 of our money. Yeah, so they actually have, like, the list of the processes they go through. Okay, so... So I'm assuming we'll have to survey the land at some point, because it's not letting me know the pH of the soil and all that, and that's those things that have warned us we'll have to fix. I'm assuming we'll get tools to deal with that. Okay, there is a lot going on here. Alright. So it does look like this game probably has an absolutely absurd amount of depth to it. But I need to be able to reach that point. I'm also curious at, like, what speed things should be running, because if it's anything like real life, you plant crops and you usually don't get the results of your labor for months and months and months and months for the crop to fully grow, get its harvest, and all that. Some crops, it's even you plant it in one part of the year, and then it's not until the next year you get anything from it. Or if you want to go to an extreme, you plant like an orchard, and a lot of tree fruit and all that. You plant the trees, and you basically don't get any meaningful yield for like 5 to 7 years. Alright, so we're getting our first adult carp. I bred a new animal. Neat. Alright, so pretty soon we only need the one more. So then, is there a way to tell it, hey, once you get so many... So it's number to buy, number to sell, and number to move. I am hoping that I can sit there and say, hey, like, just automatically, once you get a certain number of these, start getting rid of them. That way, it's kind of ends up being one of those things that, like, you keep, say, 20 adult carp, they breed to make a bunch of young ones, and you just kind of go through the cycle. We'll see. Right now, we're just fast-forwarding, letting carp grow. Finally, the song changes, the music is a little repetitive. Yeah, I didn't particularly notice, but I've also, like, absorbed into the game, so that can make sense. Alright. Oh, resources in here will expire soon? How to sell? Auto sell all of you. Auto trade. Add first trade item to process the auto button. Not enough resources. Corn. So I need more corn. I kind of want the idea of being able to just, like, manually say, hey, keep some corn in stock. There's probably a way to do it. Add suggested products. Did I actually buy the corn? Okay, so we're getting our first harvest out of our actual food. Diseased field. One of your crops is diseased. They've already got marked for spraying. And I believe we can go here. We've got a couple things here now. We can go to sell. Alright. So I'm assuming they'll treat the field themselves, because we are buying the spray and they're dealing with that. Hey, Infinity Simplex, how's it going? Yes, they're going out there with the spray. Let's see, choose food, soy, lupin... schedule fodder supply. From the bar at the bottom, select market. Go to auto trade. To schedule regular or click add. Add trade item. There we go. So they want us to add all these items. So let's go ahead and add the corn. We will add... I'll deal with that in a minute. Add the corn. Check the purchase until... And set the value to 50. Now create auto trades for lupin and soy and the other ones. Here. And wheat. I'm doing good. All right, so boom, boom, boom. And you want them all at 50. Okay. All right, go to the thing and schedule and choose carp meat. And sell one above 0. I'm also going to go in here while we're at it. Gooseberries. Training required, more auto trade. You need to deliver fodder to buy. You buy to your warehouses near the animal farm. Click on the small silo. Let's see, small silo near the animal farm, and we can go ahead and choose 50 on that. 50 on this. Okay, now I understand this better. Now that the thing has gone through the UI, because it's like, what do you want me to do? I don't understand. All right. So basically what we did is we put up an auto buy order saying, hey, bring in all of these things, ship them to the silos so they're available here. Anytime we get carp meat, get it out of here. I wasn't able to set up the auto trade for all of my goods. So the field over here, my oats, I'm gonna have to manually sell that myself. And that's okay. So now it wants me to sell some carp meat. So where's training? Fields, production, logistics. Machines, trading. Unlocks trading content. Available in a later part of the campaign. Okay. So basically we're on the first part of the campaign. This is like the tutorial side of it, so we don't have all the functionality currently available to us. Let's see. Click on the resources at the top of the screen. Pick carp to track how much you have. You know the basics of animal husbandry. Now you can prove yourself by raising cattle. Build a barn, store cow fodder that you can't store in a silo, and set up a manure storage to collect useful natural fertilizer. Okay. So you can build a barn. Put enough space for road in between. Manure storage. Alright, so getting those two built. There's really not much to comment on in this game. Yeah, no, it pretty much does what you expect it to do. It definitely is like just a farming tycoon style game. Just taking time to get stuff moving and all that. We probably won't stick with it too long. What I think will happen is when Tomb gets home from work and I take my little 5-minute break, we'll probably switch to RimWorld at that point. Let's see. Build a small cow shed and buy dairy cows. Hire an employee to take care of them. Ensure the food variety is at least 50%. Okay, hire a worker who specializes in animals. Let's untick all of those so that I know they'll be available. We can go here and... small cow shed. Yannick has rolled an 80 and has been challenged to dance off by Alana Rama and surprisingly emerges victorious. For those who don't know, Yannick is the mastermind behind the roll command. So like every time it gets an update and all that, like they've been handling that, and it's been wonderful. It was even their idea to just like, oh, I need a transformer. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug down a transformer over here. Okay, so we can assign staff, assign our worker, buy animals, and it wants me to buy dairy cows. Summer is here. For many people, this is time for vacation. Unfortunately, it's also time for the stormy season. Look after plants, prepare for harvest. Okay, so I need to get at least 50% food quality. I mean, literally, we're already getting those, so we could just go ahead and do this. And I believe we'll actually be fine, because I'm pretty sure that silo will also handle it. So I believe literally all we need to do is just handle that. We can go to our employee here and grab our latest employee and tick those boxes. Oh, I didn't need you. You're the person working at the house. All right. Not surprising, I'm not a very good dancer. You and me both. All right, so we're already getting our cows and their manure. There's bunches of birds flying around everywhere. And we are still just burning through cash. Pretty consistently, but that's because the tutorial is just going and being like, build the next building, and that counts as far as considerations of your money. And then once the oats are harvested, it'll be time to sell those. But now I could definitely see the appeal of a game like this, where we could kind of, you know, just like I don't think this would be a game you'd stream long times. Okay. Field gooseberries are on fire. Call the fire department to prevent the spread of more fire. We called in the fire. That was the thing that's surprising. Like, it's raining right now. and just suddenly the gooseberry field just blew up into fire. The question is, very genuinely, how did it catch fire? We've got a bunch of workers just doing their thing there. It's not like, you know, there's a tractor there leaking gas and, you know, sparked or something. It just, you know, do we have, like, our workers are sitting there just, like, smoking cigarettes and just being, like, you know, just tossing it down the dried leaves or something? Look, man, do we have to have a staff meeting about basic safety? All right. We've got the cows coming along. The hope here is that we're going to get our pig payout on our oat field. Because the money is not great here. Yes, these are the crops we have for feeding our stuff. There's a lot of carp meat. Is that, like, not working? Sell when it's over 0. I'm assuming that's working. Oh, there we go. Oh, I see. Get out of my way. So we can sit here. I understand. So you can put the stuff I'm doing business in and put that up here. The oats is another. Yeah, so you can have those tracked up here, where I can now see when stuff goes up. That makes sense. So I can keep an eye on our supply of things. Alright, so what are you doing now? You're watering. And just waiting for it to be time to harvest. And you're fairly consistently getting fish and selling those. Getting about 150 per in-game day. But it's not helping on our monthly income very much. That's just because of how much we've been spending so far. Construction hasn't had a chance to catch up with any of that. Okay, so those should hit adulthood soon. And then they should potentially have more calves. We now have milk as a new product. So that's a big curiosity of how I'm expected to deal with a bunch of this stuff. Because the fact that you have a limit on how much auto trade you can do, and it's a fairly low limit, it's just one of those things that's like scratching your head going, okay, but there's got to be a way to get that much higher early on. Because right now I'm just producing so many different materials. What are you unhappy about? Not enough space in the warehouse. Alright, go to you. Pick resources. Oat. Oh, you don't take regular oat. Oats. I have no idea what to expect from that. Will that work? Okay. So it's looking like that's ready to be harvested. And then we just need to keep selling it. Not enough resources. Small silo 2 doesn't have enough resources. We're literally getting that now. Alright, so let's say we get this big payout from oats. Alright, you've harvested. I would like to sell the oats, please. Yeah, so it's marking them as still... Okay, so they're still harvesting it. They gotta move it to the silo first. I understand. I'm hoping I can sell from the silo, because otherwise that's gonna be a pain. We are getting a lot of oats. But that's what we're hoping for, because that was the idea, is we spent all that money earlier to set all this up, and we should be able to get, like, a big payout now. And now that we get, like, the big payout... Okay, so I think the field's fully harvested now. So let's see if I can actually sell those oats. They're not listed. Okay. That's a big concern. So... The issue here is... I can't sell them from the warehouse in the silo. I need to have them in here. And it doesn't appear I can set that up. So cancel having those in there. So hopefully they move it in here. I hope you feel better, Infinity Simplex. There we go. So yeah, it's telling me I can't sell that directly from where it is. So you're raking. How do sell? How do sell oat? Is there the logistics building? Is that something I can get? No. I'm not sure what to do with this. There's a couple of issues we're running into where stuff isn't clear. And it's creating pain points for me. Because I have all of these oats. It's just a big pile of money. Okay, so we do have some oats going into the warehouse now. Alright. Okay. Alright, that's... So there's like, please, I have thousands of oats. It's so much money. I would really like to get that money. See, we made... Oh, what are you? Oh, we also got straw. Okay. See, we also got ourselves... For the last month, we went positive for a second there. That's exciting. Okay. Alright, with that said, I do hear that Tomb is home, so what I'm going to go ahead and do real fast is I'm going to turn on our music for a second. This has been Farming Manager World. I've enjoyed this a decent amount. I don't know if this is a game I would play on stream more. It is run into the problem with like a lot of Tycoon style games where It's just a very slow rate of things happening. It doesn't have a whole lot keeping things moving there so far as that, but it does feel like a really good what I refer to as an ant farm game, which is a game that, you know,